Hey you guys, happy Tuesday. Hope you all are having a fantastic week. We're gonna hop right into it. Thanks so much for taking the time out of your night to get on. I know with the time differences and everything, it's not always the most optimal time to hop on these Zooms. So I super appreciate you and your time. So a few things before we hop into some of the training. Convention, you guys. Okay, I just have to give you just a little bit of my experience with convention because I want you all to really just take it super serious because it has been a huge game changer for my business. And last year it was virtual. This year it's also virtual, but we are like, hang that, we need to get together with people. And so we are planning the funnest mini convention in Scottsdale. So myself, Emily Jordan, Sabrina Ingram, who's a diamond, she's the sweetest. She lives there. And also Tamara Holloway, who is like the third top team in the entire company. She is going to come. And Bridget Ryan, she has 8 kids. They travel around. They're the cutest family. She's a diamond. Her son's an emerald. Like they all do plexus. They're the cutest family. She is coming with her team. Andrea Este, I don't really know her that well, but she's a diamond too, will be there. I feel like Adrian, my sponsor. I know I'm forgetting someone. Katie Ciccarelli is going. So you guys, I hope you can make this a priority. I understand, again, like budget, time, and all of that. But I have never missed a convention since I started Plexus. I started in 2014. My very first convention was 2015. I wasn't even silver yet. I was technically silver, but the person who signed up under me as my third person accidentally signed up under another Joanna Miller, which was random, and not me. And so I was like, so I wanted to go to convention as a silver. I wanted to say on my name tag, like Joanna Silver Ambassador. But it said Joanna Senior Ambassador because I had 2 officially under me. That was my first convention. And I really feel like convention has been one of the main cornerstones of my business that has really helped me to be where I'm at because it has been the training, the encouragement, and not all of it. I mean, like we get amazing training all the time, right? It's just, but the going in person, you cannot replace that. It's the in-person, the inspiration with being around other jewels. I would see all the jewels and just be like in awe. I'm like, oh my goodness. And then get my picture with the cute sign that says like emerald or sapphire, which by the way, we are going to have at our mini convention. So you can get your picture. It's the vision casting. I have all those pictures, you all, and like through the years, as my like affirmation that was going to be my rank. And it's happened. And it can be a sacrifice. I get it. I went to my second convention as a gold and I had just had a baby and I drove 5 hours with him, my little 6-week-old. And we went to convention together. And then my third convention, I was still gold and I drove again with my baby and my toddler. That was stressful. I was like, never again. But hey, it was a really good convention. And that is the convention. I drew my line in the sand and I came back the next year and walked the stage as a top earner. And so all those years, it was a sacrifice to go to spend money on registration, to spend money on car, like gas, hotel, transportation, whatever. But it was 1,000% worth it. And so I'm really encouraging you all to just put it on your calendars, pray really hard, and just work it out as much as you can or as best as you can and try to get there. It's on the team page. And so there's a post there. I'll pin it at the top and you'll see where it says like convention. We don't have all of the details yet. It's just like make sure you save the date, get your ticket if you can, but we will have the link for the hotel block, room block for the special price for our group. That will be coming ASAP. We're still kind of trying to make sure we finalize all the details for that before we put that out. So hopefully by the end of this week, you should have a link for that. And you can room, when I would go, a lot of us would room together. So like my second convention, I roomed with Adrian. My third convention, my mom was there. So we roomed together. And so what's it called? Staying in the same rooms together. I can't think of the word, but just bunking in together. It saves a lot too. So if you're coming by yourself, you can stay in a room with someone else. Have 2 queen size beds hang on, and 4 people can fit in there. So that's super cost effective. So don't let price be a factor, because I really think we can get it all worked out. Where there's a will, there's a way. That was my motto for like the first 3.5 years of my business, getting to convention. Because, you know, when you're gold, like that's an awesome rank, but it's not like you're necessarily rolling in the dough enough to just be traveling and stuff. But yeah, I know it's what helped me to get to where I am. Okay. We are going to move on to the next thing. I just wanted to just encourage you all, get to convention, if at all possible. And also tomorrow, we are going to be starting a reach out blitz. It's going to be a 72-hour reach out blitz, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And so stay tuned for that. It's going to be super fun. We're going to have giveaways, prizes, and it's going to really help you to fill your funnel and reach out to as many new people as possible in 3 days about Plexus. Okay. All that being said, we are going to pass it over to Deb. Deb is an Emerald with Plexus, and she has hopped on to just share some training with us, what God has put on her heart to share with us. And I'm so excited to hear from her. So Deb, take it away.
Hey, you guys, I'm so excited to share tonight. It is such a privilege to just be on with all of you guys. You all are having an amazing month so far. I know that all of you on my team have just been blowing it out of the water. Kate and I actually had a meet up with another one of our team members today, and it was just so exciting as we drove, just talking about what God is doing on our team and all of you and the part that you play in just so many people's lives. It is so exciting, and never feel like you're insignificant because maybe you have one person on your team, or maybe you have a customer, or it's 3 people, maybe they're family members, and maybe you are feeling discouraged. Never feel insignificant, because you are incredible and you're changing lives. So I am super excited to share tonight just some really quick tidbits about growing on Facebook and Instagram, but I'm going to focus kind of more so on Facebook. And the reason that I'm doing this is, it might seem kind of funny because I would much prefer Instagram personally, but I know most of my team, you all, and probably most of you on this call, focus more on Facebook. It's been around longer. It's just like more the thing. And so I want to give you some tips about how can you build relationships on Facebook? How can we make this the best experience ever? And how can we keep that funnel full? And it's kind of crazy, Joe, because I feel like this is going to go so perfectly into tomorrow, starting our message blitz. And we want our funnels full and message blitzes. And I'm sure that you might be thinking what I've thought so many times. It's a message blitz. And it's like, oh my goodness, it's so exciting. And at the same time, I'm like, I don't even have a clue like who I'm going to message. Like, who in the world am I going to message? There's only 3 people that like my Plexus posts, and they're all Plexus people. How in the world am I going to message? So that's what we're going to talk about right now. I want you to get out a pen and paper if you have it, or your notes on your phone or whatever. And hopefully after this call tonight, you can take some of these things and just implement them right away. These are super easy steps every one of us can do. I was talking to Joe maybe a week or 2 ago when we were talking about this call, and telling her just some things that had been changing. I had been running into a huge frustration when it came to my Facebook specifically. I would jump on Facebook to post or to maybe network, you're commenting, you're liking, you're engaging with people. And I started feeling really frustrated. And I contend, when I'm just like, oh, I don't know what to do, to kind of almost kind of numb myself from whatever is making me feel that way. And so I was kind of like, I don't want to spend time on Facebook because I feel really stuck with what's happening. Well, what it was just the fact that every time I was jumping on Facebook, I was seeing 30 people that were all in Plexus and their posts. And I was like feeling like this pressure, like, I need to go comment on their posts. Oh, I'm so proud of them. I'm glad. And I'm commenting. And I would spend 20 minutes at least doing that. And while that is so good, and that's so loving, and that's so kind, that really is not pushing your business forward. And if you are someone that doesn't have all the time in the world, which is probably every single person on this call, we can't spend 20 minutes doing that. If we're doing 20 minutes, we want to be doing what moves the needle forward. So I want to teach you, and some of you on my team may already know this, but really quickly, as the first thing, I want to teach you how you can quickly clean up your Facebook feed to make it where you jump online and you're like, oh my goodness, that's a prospect. Oh my goodness, it's a prospect. And over and over, you're seeing prospects. What you're going to do is you're going to go to your following list. So as you scroll through Facebook, I want you to pull up your Facebook app right now. So I don't need to see your faces. I want you to pull up your Facebook app, and I want you to just go to Facebook. And the second you see a Plexus person who has posted, what I want you to do is I want you to go to those three little dots. You're going to see the three little dots. They should be in your right-hand corner normally. And you are going to click on those dots, and you're going to click unfollow. What this is going to do is it's going to take Plexus posts out of your feed, and it's going to clean up your feed. This does not mean you're not going to be friends. You're totally going to be friends with them still. You can go and check out their feed anytime. Where there is a rule here that I feel like is important, you do not want to unfollow your uplines, and you do not want to unfollow anyone in your downline. So if you have a bigger team, or a team of like one, or it doesn't matter what the size is really, you do not want to unfollow anyone in your downline, because you do need to be supporting their posts. So if you see someone in your downline, you should always be commenting on their posts, even if it's just like, oh my goodness, you look so pretty today, or whatever it is, to boost their post and pop it up in the algorithm. If it is not your downline or your uplines, unfollow them. You can go and support anytime someone asks. So there's a lot, all of you guys on this call are sidelines. If you're all under Joanna, or you're all under Kate, or you're all under me. So if you're sidelines and you know that someone on this call is not your downline, that's a sideline. So what you're going to do is you're actually going to unfollow. Okay, this sounds crazy, but you're going to unfollow them. And what you're going to do is every time they say, hey, post support, please, you're simply going to click on their little icon photo in that chat, and it's going to take you straight to their profile. You click on it and you can immediately comment, you can X out, and you're never going to see that person constantly in your feed. I was telling Joanna, I did this for probably 30 minutes one day, unfollowing people, guys. For 30 minutes, I was sitting unfollowing Plexus people. And then the next day, I think I spent another 20 to 30 minutes unfollowing people. I was shocked. Every time I unfollowed 10 people, 10 more Plexus people were popping up as my new people in my algorithm. That shows me that almost all my people, and why I was feeling discouraged on Facebook, was the fact that I was friends with so many Plexus people. That's all I was seeing. So by taking that time, I weeded out so many of those people. And now when I jump on Facebook, it is so exciting, because I jump on and I'm like, I totally forgot I was friends with this person. I will go to message and realize I messaged them about Plexus 2 years ago. This is embarrassing. It's totally on me, but I had forgotten to message them back. I'd forgotten to follow up with them. So you may find, and what I have found is my business is starting to like really pop personally for me. A lot of these people haven't signed up yet, but we are in conversations, and I trust that by the end of the month, they will be on my Plexus team. So that is the first thing. Another just super simple thing to help with your Facebook presence is look at your profile picture. If you've not changed it in a while, it's time to change it. And you want to be smiling a big, happy smile that helps people want to be friends with you. Even your own friends, if they see, oh, every time Deb comments, she doesn't look super happy in her picture, that's not going to really make people want to listen to what I have to say when I'm posting on Facebook. So make sure your profile picture is you happy, smiling, if at all possible, show your teeth and be happy and be inviting. Because remember that this is your storefront. This is all people see. So you want your storefront to be inviting and to be like, oh, I want to be friends with her. I want to talk with her, or I want to read what she has to say when she's posting. And then your background picture, so that long one, you also want that to be something that's very engaging. Either it's another picture off to the side, one or the other side, that's happy, or maybe it's a word and it's a very non-busy background, but it has a word to the side or something where people can see. If your background is basically like a picture blown up, and I'm not thinking of anyone specifically, I've just seen this on Facebook a lot. There's like a picture blown up and maybe it's like half of someone's face because your profile picture is hiding the back. Make sure that it's not like that, and that either you have just a clear background and so your profile picture stands out, or you have something that's engaging with people. Again, think of it as your storefront. I am willing to open it up for questions if anyone has questions really quick, because I know I kind of went quickly over the unfollow follow stuff. Does anyone have questions? Okay. The last thing that I want to say is with this reach out thing, this is my favorite thing to do with reach outs and something that's so fun to do specifically with Facebook. If you go into your messenger, like I said, I'm really bad sometimes, especially in the beginning year of working Plexus. I was very, very unorganized. And so what I like to do when we're going to have a message blitz like this tomorrow morning, I would go to my messenger and I would use one keyword and you can search all of your messages. So think of something that you would say. I almost always, when I'm talking to someone, will say health goals or health struggles. Those are like key phrases that are pretty much always in my wording. So I will search that in my messages. And once I search it, I don't go to the top one. I scroll as far down as I possibly can until I can go no further. And then I click on every one of those people and just start messaging them, following up, following up, following up, following up. So for you, if you're newer to this and you haven't been doing it as long, think about one word in your message that you know you probably send most of the time and search. And if you're really new, all you have to do is just scroll down in your messages without even having to search your messages and see, okay, who could I have fallen off with and like forgotten to message them back, and message them using the follow-ups and the reach out messages that Joanna will have. I said that was the last thing. My last thing is just to encourage you to reach out to people that scare you. I feel like some of the people that are on my team, I never would have had like, so often I felt like, oh, they would never want to do this. Oh, they wouldn't do it. And they do it. So that person that is super scary to reach out to, I encourage you to reach out to them first tomorrow when this message blitz launches. Don't wait till like the third, the 71st hour of this challenge to reach out to them. Reach out to them first. And the key is always like putting some little word, hey, quick question for you. And then send a voice message and make it really personal and be really bold. Just say, you have been on my heart. And again, we will give message ideas, but just an encouragement to do that tomorrow. Start it off with the people that scare you the most. Clean up your Facebook, clean up your pictures, post a new profile picture if you haven't in a really long time, or it's not a very happy, inviting. And I always like to think too, are you someone that you would want to join? If you were to look at your Facebook, are you someone that you'd want to join? Would you be intrigued? Would you be like, too much information? How would you feel? And that's a really good gauge to tell. Not everyone is the same, but it's a good gauge to tell, am I being friendly? Am I being loving? Am I being a light for Christ? Is that just shining forth when someone clicks on my Facebook profile? And would I be someone that I would want to join if it was someone else? So turning it over to you, Joe.
Oh, so good. Thank you so much for sharing. I loved all those tips. And I don't know what y'all's takeaways were from that. But a lot of times it can seem like unfollowing someone, either that was like, oh my goodness, I never thought of that. Or you're like, that doesn't seem like a big change. But so often it's just a little tiny shift in your business can be exactly what you need. And so I think her tips were absolutely perfect, because that's what they are. They're just like little shifts and little changes in what you might already be doing. And even for me, it's such a good reminder. Like I wrote down all the tips because they're things that I forget to do too. And so loved it all, and especially loved the, hey, quick question for you, ... and sending a voice text. That is such a good idea. Because when people I do this all the time. If someone sends me a message and I don't want to open it right away, it depends, I don't know. We all have those people probably were like, oh, what are they going to say? And you can see like the first line of their message. So you'll just like see, oh, what does it sound like they're going to say before you actually open it? I don't know if that's my introverted side coming out or what, but I'm like kind of trying to gauge it. I feel like a lot of people do that. And when they see something that catches them, they're going to open it. And then that follow-up I sent a couple weeks ago that was like, I'm hiding in the bathroom from my kids, laughing emoji. And then like, that's all you could see, because I would go to their messages and see like, what are they going to see when they see it? I mean, like, who isn't going to open that? I would open it. And then I was like, I don't want you to miss out on this special. And so, cause I was legit in my bathroom, I was like, what am I going to say in this follow up? And I was just sitting on the floor, like with my door closed. And I was like, oh, I'm not in my bathroom with my kids. So I love that she brought that up because that is such a good tip. And like I said, just a little shift in what you're already doing can produce just incredible changes in your business. If you've never experienced, or if you've never done one of our reach out or our messaging blitz, you guys, they're so much fun and I cannot wait. We have tons of fun and it's just getting into tons of action, and we have lots of prizes that we're giving away. So stay tuned. That we posted a early AM tomorrow. And that's about it for tonight, you guys. Do you have any questions? Actually, Katie, are you able to unmute? I wanted you to just give everyone your like a 2-minute pep talk on getting to convention, if you can, like why it's so important, because you've been there and you know how amazing it is.
Yes. Hey guys. Okay. So, well, you have to go to convention, hands down. Okay. So that's just how it is. No, but for real, I went as a senior gold. I think it was senior gold to convention. I can't even remember. I think senior gold. I don't know. But basically I went by myself. My husband watched our kiddos. I hadn't really flown for years by myself. And it was like a whole week and it was, a little intimidating. We bunked with people we didn't even know, me and Joe and her mom and another lady or two. But you guys, it was the best thing for my business ever, being able to see the other people. And I guess, obviously this is a little different because we're not going to big convention, but if you're able to make it to Scottsdale, like it's going to be the best convention you've ever been to and the best real person anybody on our team has been to, because like real person event, because none of you have been to convention. And so like, this is going to be the next best thing, better than Super Saturday. Like it's going to be amazing. And the energy you get, the encouragement, the stories, the motivation, the tips from the top, from the jewels, like, and just meeting them and knowing they're real people like us, like their moms, their dads that are doing the things. And they're like Joe just said, there might be one thing you learn at convention that will completely change your business. Like you might be one step away from that thing that you've been waiting, that missing link, And so I'm making the sacrifice. I'm paying the plane ticket. I'm going to buy a hotel room as soon as it's available. And I'm going. And my husband said he's watching our kiddos so I can go, which is such a blessing. But yeah, it's easier to stay home and watch it from home, but you just miss so much. And like, it's going to be amazing. There's going to be recognition. There's going to be just some fun things. I just hope all of you go. I just really know that this is the next thing that's going to make your business just move forward, and you're just going to finish the year. This is a halfway mark in June. Like it's just going to propel you to like finish completely strong. So you got to go, y'all.
Yes. Deb, do you have something to say? You look like you do.
I wanted to say that so that you all know, I have never been to convention and I'm an Emerald and I've never been. And so I cannot wait. Jesse and I are going together. We already are getting our plane tickets and we are just making a date of it. So if you need to make it as part of a vacation, make it as part of a vacation. We're going a day early and we're just going to enjoy the time. But what I want to say is I went to, not Super Saturday. It just Leaders Retreat. I was like, what is the name? Leaders Retreat in San Diego. And honestly, that was the turning point for my business. I was starting to feel that FOMO, right? Like a month before Leaders Retreat happened. And I remember telling Kate and being like basically, I'm not staying here anymore. This is not going to be the case anymore. And Leaders Retreat literally was the turning point for my business. I can look back and realize that month before when I decided I'm getting there, no matter what it costs, like I'm going. And I look back at, like, I have cold chills right now because it's literally where I literally look and realize that is what it was. So for all of you, I encourage you, I understand like finances and all of that, but I want you to pray right now, tonight, that God provides everything that you need to get there, because I'm telling you, you are going to feel so sad if you're not there and we're all there. It's going to be sad, and God can provide for you. So if that is the reason, which if you're not going, that has to be the reason. You just need to pray. And if you need a babysitter and you don't have one yet, let's just pray that, ask God, because he's big and he can do that for you.
Oh, I love that so much, Deb. Yes. Okay. I'm praying that all the stars align, which sounds weird. I don't know why I say it like that, but I'm just praying that it all works out, all the things, all the details, that all of you can go, because I haven't even met all of you yet. And I am dying to meet you face to face. Like, it's the best. And I am having a gift for every single person on my team who comes. So don't miss out on your gift. Okay, thank you so much, you all, for hopping on. Thank you, Deb, for sharing. I loved your tips so much, and I feel like it did go perfectly with our reach out list. I love how the Lord does that, and I always pray that the calls are exactly what everyone needs. And so I'm just so thankful for that. And Katie, thank you for sharing your takeaways on convention. Have a great night, you all. I will have this recording up soon for anyone who missed it, and we'll see you all soon. Bye.